Get rid of it. But that's...
Hey Karth, can I talk to you for a second?
Are you ready to have a civil chat? Or is this gonna be another childish tantrum?
Tantrum? I'm trying to apologize, you nerf herder. I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get mad at you. It's just that I'm sick of everyone treating me like I'm a helpless kid.
Yeah, I know. And I'm sorry about what I said too. I'm just a little on edge lately. Not surprising considering all we've been through, but I shouldn't take it out on you.
Yeah, it's about time you two made up.
Mission, you have to know that we don't think you're helpless. I mean, look where we are. Look at what we're doing. You're not just along for the ride. We need you.
You really mean it, don't you? Nobody's ever said anything like that to me before. Not even Big Z. He might think it, but he's not really one for words, you know. Thanks, Karth.
Well, that's no big deal. I know how it is. Sometimes you just need to hear a few words of encouragement. Kids are like that.
Kids are like that? Listen, you... Oh, I get it. Okay, you got me. You're pretty funny, Karth. For an old guy. Come on, geezer. Let's get back to what we were doing.
I gotta admit, that's pretty funny. I don't know where I'm going. Where am I going? These are not the droids you are looking for. Oh, their banter back and forth. Again? Okay.
Hey there. What can I do for you?
I must be progressing the story faster than I think. But I want to talk to you about your brother.
I was a little snappish when we last talked. I'm sorry about that. I get a little touchy when it comes to Griff. It's kind of embarrassing telling people about him.
Why?
It's complicated. Griff wasn't the most popular guy. He had his faults. But I still loved him, you know? Sometimes people don't understand. I never knew my parents. My brother always looked out for me. He's the one who brought me here to Tars. I was just a kid, only 5. But I remember the trip, if you could call it that. We were stuffed inside a packing crate in the Starfreighter's cargo hold with just enough food and water to make the trip. Not exactly first class, you know?
Your stowaways?
I don't know the whole story. I was pretty young, but my brother owed a lot of money. Might even have been a few arrest warrants out for him, I don't know. The only way to get off the planet was to smuggle ourselves out. I mean, I don't want to make it sound like we were criminals. Well, maybe my brother was. See, this is why I don't like to talk about it. It makes Griff sound worse than he really was. My brother had his problems, but he always looked out for me.
Well, he's family. You have to stick by your family.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Without my brother, I don't know where I'd be. He gambled and drank, and he was always borrowing money for his latest get-rich-quick scheme. But he had a good heart, you know? He taught me how to survive, showed me how to slice into a computer security system, how to get inside a locked building without the entrance codes, and how to spot a wealthy mark for a quick shell game.
Pretty handy skills to have.
Yeah, Griff did right by me. I really miss him since he left. I keep hoping he'll come back someday. He promised me he would.
Why'd he leave?
He fell in with a bad crowd. It's all Lena's fault. She's the one who took him from me. Just batted those long lashes at him and off he went.
Who's Lena?
I don't want to talk about Griff and Lena. Just the thought of that space tramp makes my blood boil. Subject's closed as far as I'm concerned. If I'm gonna be any help to you, I can't be worrying about my brother running off with some intergalactic skank. So is there something else you need?
Nothing. Never mind.
Okay, have it your way.
Wow. Advertising for Burger King already? So yeah. Her brother's pretty cool. I mentioned how much I love this head mod that we have. You have got to be kidding me. Really? Can I just get to the lower city without, like, you guys having problems?
Yes, what's on your mind?
I just want to talk with you.
Oh, you want to argue some more, is that it?
No, I just want to know why you distrust me so much.
What does it matter that much? Why can't you just leave it be? I just don't trust easily. And for good reasons, which are my own.
We have to work together, Karth, so it has plenty to do with me.
Oh, damn it. I suppose I won't get any rest until I talk, will I?
Neither will I.
You want to know why I don't trust anyone? Fine. Here goes. 5 years ago, the Jedi had just finished the war with the Mandalorians. Revan and Malak were heroes. I was damn proud to have served in their fleet. It was completely unexpected when they turned on us, invading the Republic while we were still weak. Nobody knew what to think, least of all me. Our heroes had become brutal, conquering Sith, and we were all but helpless before them. I mean, think about it. If you can't even trust the best of the Jedi, who can you trust?
What do I have to do with Malak and Revan?
It's not that. That's not what I mean. There were others, good, solid, trusted men who joined them. Malak and Revan and the Sith deserve to die for what they've done, but the ones who fled the Republic and joined them are even worse. The dark side has nothing to do with why they joined with the Sith. They deserve no mercy.
You say that with such hatred.
I know. And I should apologize to you. I've become so accustomed to expecting the worst in others, and you've done nothing to deserve that. It's just... No, never mind. Let's just continue with what we were doing. I'd rather not talk about it.
Okay. I guess you don't want to talk about it until we take about another 50 steps, and then you want to talk to me. That makes sense. Oh, we haven't talked to this guy. He's going to be all upset.
This elevator is off limits. Only Sith patrols and those with proper authorization are allowed into the lower city. It's obvious from the way you're dressed that you're not one of the Sith patrols, so unless you have the authorization papers, you must move along.
Authorization papers right here.
Well, why didn't you say so? Everything seems to be in order. Okay, I guess you can go down to the lower city. Just be careful down there. Those swoop gangs will take a shot at anybody. Even our Sith patrols have come under fire.
Well, I'm really glad that it works, because if it didn't work on you and it worked on the guy down there, I'd be really kind of stuck. Oh, more guys. Okay, this should be easier though. Now it's 3-on-3.
How'd you like that? How'd you like that?
How do you like that? How do you like that? Oh. Get items. Get items. Oh yeah. Oh, we didn't even get touched. Still not touched.
You'll never get
Probably
me.
get touched now. Now that I say that. Nice. Nice, guys.
You asked for this!
They kind of did ask for it, I'm not gonna lie. I think I already looked at the Twi'lek's corpse, didn't I? Yeah, close. There's another frag grenade. That'll be very useful at a later date. And I'm debating whether or not I want to come back up to the cantina to gamble a little bit more and make some more money. Because believe it or not, I do not have that much. I have to say though that buying those Pazat cards have been really helpful. I was winning like 50% of the time, where I was winning like 0% of the time when I was first playing with my original deck. That just sucked. I was horrible at that. Solo mode. I don't want to be in solo mode. Let's go down to the Undercity. We got a couple people actually to talk to down here now that I think of it.
Back again?
I've brought you a serum to cure the Rakghoul disease.
Your offer is generous, Upworlder, but the serum is useless to us now. The villagers infected with the Rakghoul disease have been quarantined beyond this gate. At any moment they could be transformed into terrible monsters. Nobody would be foolish enough to risk going into the pens to give them the cure. The infected ones could transform into Rakghouls and attack them at any moment.
I'm going through these gates and try and help the infected
I can't
ones.
stop you from going through the gates, Upworlder, but if the infected ones have already transformed into Rakghouls, you'll be walking into your grave.
Now see, if you could have went in there before you got the Rakghoul disease, or before you went upstairs to get a duplicate, and it would have sucked.
Please, help us. We're infected with the Rakghoul disease. At any moment we could... no!
Oh crap.
This cannot be... No!
Okay. Maybe they do turn into Rakghouls. Dang. Oh, those guys are the people that I give the Rakghoul stuff to. 18 Karth is close. Okay, let's kill these infected outcasts.
Please, please, you have to help us. We beg you. We don't want to end up like the others. Please help us. We can't end up like them.
I've brought you a serum to cure the rat ghoul disease.
You have a cure? Please give it to me, please, quickly, before it's too late.
Here, take this rat ghoul serum. I have enough for the both of you.
Quickly, I must inject it before it is too late. Yes, I feel it working. I feel the disease burning away. It's like a miracle. I am cured. Thank you, Upworlder. You have saved us from a fate worse than death. I only wish I had some reward to give you. Maybe you can find something worthwhile in the wreckage of that Republic escape pod.
What are you talking about?
Not long ago, an escape pod crashed in the Undercity, far to the northeast of the village. We were going to try and salvage equipment from it, but we were attacked by the rat ghouls and infected. I'd tell you more if I could, but our salvage team never reached the pod. It's probably still there, unless some of the other Upworlders already found it and picked it clean. We should go now, Upworlder. We're anxious to return to the village and see our families again. Thank you once again for everything you've done.
Oh, light side points, experience points. I'm awesome. So helpful. And Rukiel, I have something for you as well.
Greetings once more, Upworlder. Do you bring news of my apprentice? Have you discovered her fate and proved yourself to be a true savior of my people?
Unfortunately she's dead, but I have her journal.
It is as I feared, then. She joins the list of those who have given their lives in the service of our cause. But though I am saddened by this news, there is yet hope. By finding my apprentice, you have proved yourself worthy, Upworlder. You are to be the beacon on our path to salvation. You will guide us to the promised land.
Whoa, take my hand, whoa, to the promised land. But I don't even know where it is.
You are marked, Upworlder.
I am, I got tattoos.
Even my dim old eyes can see the mantle of destiny that cloaks you. Perhaps old Rukiel knows you better than you know yourself. I am old. I have lived 100 years in the Undercity, cast down into the darkness. I know the legends and history of our people, and now you must learn it too.
Okay, tell me the history of your people.
The great city of Taris covers the entire surface of this planet. There is no land to grow food. Kelp harvests and the creatures of the sea are our only food source. A century ago, rising levels of toxic pollution poisoned the oceans, and famine swept the planet. The rich hoarded food for their own use, and the poor were left to starve and die.
From what I've seen of Terrace, it doesn't look like much has changed. Except for the upper city, people here are just as bad off as the poor in your little history.
But the poor rose up against this tyranny, and civil war engulfed the planet. Millions died in the fighting, and huge sections of Taris were destroyed or abandoned. The rebellion was crushed in the end. Thousands were taken prisoner. The jails could not hold them all, and so the practice of banishing all prisoners to the Undercity was born.
Is that how you came to be down here?
Many brave men and women were banished here to the Undercity for their part in the rebellion. People like my father and grandfather were cast down, along with their families.
What did you expect? If they could get away with it, the Teresian nobles would stuff their own mothers down here to make more room in the upper city.
Now we live a dark existence beneath the streets of Taris, a life devoid of all hope but one, the Promised Land. And you will be the one to show us the way to get there.
Well, okay, what is it?
Legends tell of a self-sufficient colony founded just before the famine and lost during the Civil War. A paradise beneath the Undercity where droid servants tend to every need. For many years I searched for the Promised Land, just as my grandfather and father did before me. When I became old and gray, my apprentice continued the search on my behalf.
Sounds like a myth to me. Something to give the people here some false hope to cling to so they don't go mad with despair.